I'd like to talk about customizing the toolbar. As you go up toward the top of your screen, you can click in this area, and I have save marked right now on undo and redo. If, for example, I want to have quick print up there, I can click on that and the printer icon comes up. If I want to be able to open a document just by clicking on the toolbar, I can put that in there. Another thing that I like is the show hide key, where it shows where the paragraph marks are at and the spaces between words. I can go into more commands, and right now I'm in popular commands. There are other options here, but I'm going to go to popular for what I want, and show all is down here. If I select it and say add and say OK, now I have this here. Now if I'd rather have this a little bit lower, I can click and say show below the ribbon, and now it's down here, which is an easier place to grab. So if I want to see the number of spaces between words, for example, and where I've hit enter, I can click on show hide, and now it's possible to see the spaces between words indicated by dots and the paragraph marks. So at the end of a paragraph, when you go enter, those are there. And also it's in the home tab right up here also. So it toggles on and off, so I can toggle it back off again. I'm going to talk about alignment here. By default, the paragraphs are left aligned, and so they're lined up evenly at the left, and they're more jagged or raggedy at the right. If I'm anywhere in this paragraph and I choose center align, do you see how all the lines in that paragraph are now centered? If I choose right align, now they end evenly at the right. Watch what happens now when I go to justify. Now the left edge is straight and the right edge is straight. And it only affected the paragraph that I was currently in. If I were in a brand new document, I had not done any typing yet, and I chose left align or justified, then all the paragraphs would take that look on. Now another way of doing this, I'm going to go to the second paragraph. You can go Control L, and that is left align. If I go Control E for center, because E is the second letter in the word center, so Control E will center that. Control R will do right align, and Control J will be justify. So that's just another way of doing this. If I go to another paragraph down here, I can go to the paragraph launch button, and I can go to alignment, and I can choose whatever one I want there and click OK. And if I want to change them all to the same thing, I can just go Control A, for example, and go Control L, and now they're all back to left align. Another thing we can do with our paragraphs is indicate that we want them to have a first line indent. So if I have these paragraphs and I decided that I want to indent the first line of each paragraph, I could go to each one into the tab key, or I can go Control A. I can go to the paragraph special, say first line. It'll indent the first line of each paragraph by a ½ inch. Click OK, and here I have indented paragraphs. I can hit undo to make that go back to how it was. Okay, another thing that you do sometimes is on a bibliography is have what we call a hanging indent. I'm going to go in and I'm going to select this paragraph by just going click, click, click. I'm going to make it red just for right now. Okay, let's say that I want to have this a hanging indent where the first line is at the margin and all the other lines are indented 1/2 inch. I can go to paragraph special and say hanging. It'll go in by a 1/2 inch and click OK. So that's a so this would be a hanging indent in this one. Let's make sure I've got it again. And there we go. Okay. Another thing I can do is something called a left indent. I can go in this paragraph, I don't have to select it. I can go to paragraph, left indent, tell them to indent by a 1/2 inch, and select OK. And that's kind of like changing the left-hand margin. If I wanted to do that to the right side, I could go into paragraph, and I could also just go here. I can type 0.5. That'll bring the right in a 1/2 inch. Notice that the ruler bar is changed now, so my line is starting a 1/2 inch in from the left, and it's ending 1/2 inch from the right margin. If I want to double space something, I can be in a paragraph. I can go to the paragraph launch button and go to line spacing double and say OK. That'll double space it. I'm going to hit undo. I can also go Control 2 on the top of my keyboard and do it that way. So if I want to now make this double space paragraph single space, I can go Control 1 and it'll change it back to single space again. And I'm going to stop this one for right now.